You are performing a laparoscopic cholecystectomy. In the informed consent before surgery, you explicitly told the patient that an open procedure might be required. A surgical device representative has asked you to try a new coagulation dissection device. He mentions in passing that the tip of the device can get hot. You are dissecting with the new device and the procedure is going smoothly. A surgical resident asks you a question. With the dissection device off, you look in the resident's direction to answer the question. When you turn back to the operative field, you realize the tip of the device is resting against the common bile duct, which has been burned. You did not realize that this device could cause such tissue damage even when turned off. You convert the procedure to an open cholecystectomy and repair the injured bile duct. The remainder of the procedure is unremarkable, and you expect the patient to make a full recovery.
Hey, Doc. I thought I would be home by now. This was supposed to be an in and out thing, right?
Well, it usually is.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to wake up with this big cut on me. It hurts. What happened to the Band-Aid surgery technique?
Well, as we discussed before surgery, we always try and take the gallbladder out through the small incisions, but sometimes we use the larger incision when we need to complete the surgery safely.
I remember you said that if you got into some bad bleeding or injured my bowels or something, that you might have to open me up. Was I bleeding to death, Doc?
No, it was nothing like that. In fact, there was very little blood loss. What happened was we injured the common bile duct, which is the main channel that carries bile from your liver, where bile is made, to your intestines, where the bile is used. It's a very important structure. It's one that we're very careful not to injure during the procedure, and it sits right there where we do all the dissecting, and it occasionally gets cut or burned inadvertently. In those cases, we need to make the bigger incision and properly repair the duct.
So were you able to fix everything? I mean, am I going to be okay?
Absolutely. Repairing the duct was no problem. And although there's always some chance of having further complications, I don't think you'll have any problems in the future.
Well, I remember you said that if there was too much scarring or inflammation around the gallbladder, that it might make it difficult to get out, and you will have to open me. Is that what was going on?
No, actually your anatomy was just fine. There was no scarring or inflammation, and we could clearly see the common bile duct. What happened was that we burned it inadvertently. We were using an instrument that gets very hot at the tip, and I was unaware that it was still hot when I touched your common bile duct. Hence, the duct was injured, and it required that we opened you and repair it.
I still don't understand. Did the device malfunction?
No. However, we used a new device, and it appears to have resulted in the mishap. A common bile duct injury is a well-described complication of this surgery and sometimes happens despite our best attempts at prevention. Believe me, I'm terribly sorry that this happened.
When do I get to go home?
I imagine you can go home tomorrow. We'll see how you're doing in the morning. I want your pain to be under control before we send you, okay?
All right, Doc.